Prince Harry and Meghan Markle have criticised an online petition ahead of their trip to Australia next month. Should not be taxpayer funded. A spokesperson for the Duke and Duchess of Sussex responded, saying the trip is being privately funded.
Harry and Meghan, once the golden couple of the British royal family, were seen as symbols of modernity, hope, and change. Their every move captured the world's attention, their royal roles cemented in history. But now, the dream is shattering. A petition with tens of thousands of signatures demands Australia block their visit, calling for no taxpayer money to support it. As their ties to the monarchy unravel, their future seems uncertain. So, what do you think? Should Harry and Meghan still receive royal privileges, or is the backlash justified? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. To help us create more videos and uncover the latest royal drama, please subscribe so more people can discover the truth behind these shocking moments. Australia's royal rejection. The excitement surrounding Harry and Meghan's planned visit to Australia has quickly turned into widespread outrage. What was once considered a prestigious royal engagement is now facing intense rejection from the public. Australians, who once welcomed the idea of royals visiting their shores, have grown increasingly vocal in their opposition. At the center of this storm is a petition that has gained traction at an astonishing speed, quickly accumulating tens of thousands of signatures. The petition is calling for one clear message: no taxpayer funds should be used to support this visit. This backlash is not just a minor disagreement, it's a powerful wave of public discontent that's making headlines across the world. As more and more Australians join the call to stop funding the couple's trip, it has become a symbol of a deeper issue: the role of the royal family in modern society, and whether former members should continue to receive the same privileges they once did. For many, it's not about personal dislike or animosity toward Harry and Meghan, it's about fairness. With rising costs of living, many Australians are questioning why their hard-earned taxes should be spent on a visit that doesn't seem to serve the public good. To them, the idea of funding security, logistics, and other costs for a visit that's no longer tied to official royal duties feels like a waste of public resources. The petition's growing momentum has sent shockwaves through the monarchy, forcing both royal watchers and insiders to reassess the couple's place within the royal family and beyond. While Harry and Meghan supporters argue that they continue to have significant global influence, the harsh truth is that their royal image is quickly fading, especially in light of their decision to step back from official royal duties. For many, their upcoming visit to Australia represents a challenge to the notion of what it means to be royal in today's world. The expectation that the couple should still be treated like working members of the royal family doesn't sit well with those who feel they have already chosen to forge their own path outside the monarchy. This growing public rejection is forcing a broader conversation about the monarchy's relevance in the modern world. It's not just a rejection of one visit, it's a question of what role former royals should play in the public eye. With increasing support for the petition, it's clear that the Australian public is sending a message. Royal status no longer guarantees automatic respect or admiration, and they are ready to challenge the monarchy's role in their lives. The couple's visit, once anticipated as a grand royal affair, now stands at the center of a fierce debate that could redefine their place in history. Harry and Meghan may have anticipated a grand welcome in Australia, but the people of Australia are not ready to embrace the couple. What could be the reasons behind their rejection of the visit? Can these reasons be justified, or are they simply acting out of emotion toward the couple? Let's uncover the details. The growing divide. What began as a small group of concerned citizens has swiftly snowballed into a nationwide movement, and the message couldn't be clearer. No taxpayer money should go towards supporting Harry and Meghan's upcoming visit to Australia. What was initially seen as a royal event has turned into a highly controversial subject, with many Australians now questioning the appropriateness of using public funds for a trip that's not even tied to official royal duties. As the couple steps further away from their royal roles, many people now see them as private citizens, not members of the royal family. While their names still carry weight and their status remains high profile, the question on the minds of many is simple. Why should Harry and Meghan continue to receive the same treatment as active royals when they've opted out of their royal responsibilities? Their decision to carve out their own path separate from the monarchy, is seen by many as a choice to leave behind the perks of royalty. Yet, their visit to Australia is stirring up debate on whether they should still be granted those same privileges. The petition calling for the denial of taxpayer funds has struck a nerve with a large portion of the population, and it's growing louder with each passing day. The idea that public money should go towards supporting a visit that is not in the service of the country feels unjust to many Australians, especially at a time when people are struggling with rising costs and economic uncertainty. For many, it's not about disliking Harry and Meghan personally, it's about fairness. Why should taxpayers bear the financial burden for a visit that has no official function and is more about personal endeavors than public duty? This divide has placed the couple in a difficult position, as public opinion becomes more divided. The once celebrated couple, known for their royal charm and global influence, is now facing increasing scrutiny and criticism. Supporters still believe in their mission and the causes they champion, while others see them as exploiting their royal past for personal gain. The growing petition is not only a call for financial accountability, but also a reflection of a larger conversation about what it means to be royal in today's world. With the petition gaining momentum, Harry and Meghan's trip to Australia has become more than just a visit. It's now a symbol of the complex relationship between the monarchy, the public, and the evolving nature of royalty. The people of Australia simply believe their hard-earned tax money shouldn't be used to accommodate Harry and Meghan. But has Australia been hostile to the couple before, or is this a new development? Could the fact that the couple is no longer working royals be behind the growing hostility from the public? Now let's dive into the end of the royal dream. From royal celebration to public backlash. In 2018, Harry and Meghan's royal tour in Australia was met with overwhelming excitement and admiration. The crowds were thrilled, the atmosphere was filled with warmth, and the couple was hailed as fresh, relatable faces in the royal family. People were eager to see them, and the energy was contagious. Fast forward just a few years, and the mood has changed dramatically. What was once a highly anticipated and celebrated royal visit has now become something entirely different, sparking debate and raising new questions about their role and influence. Today, their upcoming trip is not viewed as part of their royal duties, but more as a personal or business venture. This shift has caused a significant change in how Australians view the couple and their visit. Many feel betrayed, especially considering the current economic climate. With rising living costs and everyday financial struggles, the idea of using taxpayer money to support a trip that is seen as personal rather than official doesn't sit well with the public. For many, this feels like an unfair use of public funds at a time when people are working harder than ever to make ends meet. What was once seen as a royal event, filled with prestige and excitement, has now come to symbolize a disconnect between the royal family and the public. Australians are questioning whether it's right for a couple who have stepped away from official royal duties to continue to enjoy the privileges once reserved for working members of the monarchy. This shift from royal duty to private endeavor feels like an abuse of privilege to many. People who once cheered for the couple now see them as out of touch with the struggles of ordinary citizens. The public's reaction reflects a deep sense of disillusionment. The visit, which should have been a unifying occasion, is now viewed by many as emblematic of a larger issue, the growing gap between the royal family and the people. The expectations once associated with a royal visit no longer align with the couple's current status. What was once welcomed with open arms is now met with resistance. And for many, this is a painful reminder that the royal family's relevance in modern society is being questioned. In this atmosphere of financial uncertainty and public dissatisfaction, Harry and Meghan's trip to Australia represents more than just a simple visit. It's a symbol of how perceptions of royalty are changing and how public expectations are evolving in a world where the gap between privilege and everyday struggles is becoming harder to ignore. Beyond the belief that the visit is not tied to royal obligations, what do the people of Australia truly think the visit is about? Is their argument for the petition against the couple's visit valid? And is there any real benefit to the public from the couple's visit? Let's uncover the details. A private visit, not a royal tour. The turning point in public opinion came when it was revealed that Harry and Meghan's upcoming trip to Australia wasn't related to any royal duties or official commitments. Instead, the visit is centered around private business ventures and speaking engagements, activities focused on personal and commercial goals. This news sparked a wave of outrage across the country, with many Australians feeling betrayed. What was expected to be a royal visit now seemed more like a business trip, and the public's growing frustration reflected their disappointment in how the couple was using their royal status. Many Australians are now asking a simple but important question. Why should public funds be used to support a visit that is purely for personal gain? The public, already stretched thin by rising costs of living, feels that taxpayers shouldn't be footing the bill for an event that doesn't serve the collective good. The idea of funding a visit that benefits only the couple's personal and commercial interests, without contributing anything significant to the country, doesn't sit right with many. The situation has drawn a clear line in the sand between the couple's former royal status and their current pursuits in the business world. As private citizens now, Harry and Meghan have chosen to build careers outside the monarchy, and the Australian public is increasingly questioning why they should continue to receive the kind of public support that was once reserved for royal duties. The distinction between their royal past and their new commercial endeavors is becoming more and more apparent, and many feel that it's time for the couple to navigate the world without relying on the privileges associated with their former royal titles. For many Australians, it's not just about the couple's visit. It's about fairness and accountability. In a time when people are working hard to make ends meet and struggling with their own financial pressures, the idea of spending taxpayer money on a trip that's not for public service feels deeply unjust. Public funds, they argue, should be reserved for initiatives that directly benefit the people and the country, not for supporting high-profile individuals building their own brands or personal fortunes. This shift in public opinion reflects a growing sense of disillusionment with the royal family's modern role. As Harry and Meghan step further away from their royal duties, their ongoing use of royal status to enhance their personal business ventures is raising difficult questions about the balance between privilege and responsibility. The anger sparked by this revelation is more than just about one visit. It's about redefining what the public is willing to support and what should be reserved for the benefit of the people. Australia believes the trip shouldn't be funded because it seems business-oriented, with the couple likely benefiting from the visit rather than the people of Australia. But could the independence Harry and Meghan sought away from royal duties be working against them? And does not being working royals expose them to treatment like any other private individual? Let's find out. The confusion surrounding Harry and Meghan's shift to independence. Harry and Meghan's increasing independence from the royal family has created a sense of confusion among the public. While they remain highly recognizable figures on the global stage, they no longer carry out royal duties. Instead, they are focusing on building their own careers, with ventures that are personal and commercial. This shift has left many people wondering how they should be treated now. Some feel that because they are no longer part of the royal system, they should be regarded like any other private individuals, not as members of the monarchy. The true conflict stems from the struggle between Harry and Meghan's royal past and their current business ambitions. On one hand, they remain closely linked to the royal family through their titles, history, and global recognition. Yet, on the other hand, they are clearly forging their own path, focusing on personal branding, public appearances, and commercial opportunities. This mix of royal identity with personal business ventures is where the confusion arises. Many people are unsure how to view them. Are they still part of the royal family, or are they now private individuals? This tension has led to division in how they are seen, with some supporting their independence, while others feel it's inappropriate. And some people feel that Harry and Meghan are using their royal recognition to boost their personal brand. They argue that the couple's status as former royals is being leveraged to gain attention, secure deals, and build an image that benefits them financially. This perception of exploitation is leading to a growing sense of resentment. To many, it feels like the couple is still enjoying the perks of royalty without fulfilling the responsibilities that come with it. They argue that if Harry and Meghan want to make it on their own, they should do so without relying on their royal titles or the recognition they garnered from their royal roles. This has created a sharp divide in public opinion. While some supporters defend the couple, pointing out that they have every right to build independent careers and pursue their own dreams, critics see it as an unfair advantage. They believe that using royal ties to further personal interests, whether through speaking engagements, book deals, or media appearances, undermines the principles of fairness. For many, the expectation is simple. If you've chosen to step away from the royal family, you should leave behind the benefits that come with that title and embrace the reality of being a private individual. As Harry and Meghan continue to navigate this new chapter, the question remains, can they truly separate themselves from their royal past, or will the legacy of their titles always influence their new ventures? The struggle to find clarity in their identity is at the heart of this ongoing debate. Beyond the argument that the couple is not fulfilling royal duties with their trip and therefore should not be funded, could there still be people who sympathize with them? And what is their argument for supporting the couple's actions? Let's uncover the details. The divided opinion. The public's reaction to Harry and Meghan's upcoming visit to Australia is anything but unanimous. There are those who continue to support the couple, believing that despite stepping away from royal duties, they can still use their influence to raise awareness for important causes. Supporters argue that their visit can shine a spotlight on critical global issues and help draw international attention to Australia. These advocates see the couple as figures who can inspire positive change, even outside the traditional royal framework. However, their critics feel differently, and their concerns are growing. One of the main points of contention is the exclusivity of the events tied to the visit. Reports have suggested that some of these events are private and come with high-ticket prices, making them accessible only to a select few. To many, this raises a red flag. They see this as an attempt to leverage royal status for personal financial gain, rather than using their platform for the public good. The decision to attend or host events that are not for the general public, but rather reserved for those willing to pay a premium, has sparked frustration. It makes people feel like the visit is more about promoting their own brand and less about serving the community or addressing issues that matter to ordinary people. This divide between the couple's supporters and critics has grown more emotional as time goes on. For many, the visit feels disconnected from the realities of everyday life. With Australia facing rising costs of living and economic pressure, some citizens are struggling to make ends meet. Against this backdrop, the idea of spending public funds to support a visit that's tied to private, high-ticket events feels out of touch and unfair. The critics argue that it's a bad look for the couple, who are now seen as living a life of luxury while ordinary Australians are struggling. The emotional charge around this debate is undeniable. While some defend Harry and Meghan's right to continue with their personal ventures and capitalize on their royal past, others feel that their actions have made them out of touch with the struggles that many Australians face daily. The question of whether they should still be treated as royals or as private individuals building their own careers has turned into a deeply personal and heated issue for many people. At the heart of the debate is a clash of perspectives. One side believes in their potential to make a difference, while the other fears that their royal ties are being used for personal profit. As the visit approaches, it's clear that this conversation will only intensify. Some people still believe the couple should be welcomed regardless of their royal affiliation. But what is the royal family's stance on the couple's trip? Could they sympathize with Harry and Meghan, or will they distance themselves from their actions? Now let's unravel the controversy surrounding Harry and Meghan's Australia trip within the monarchy. Royal tensions resurface. Harry and Meghan's upcoming trip to Australia has reignited old tensions within the royal family, sparking fresh controversy and raising new concerns. Palace insiders are questioning the timing of their visit and whether the trip, which has a strong promotional angle, truly reflects the values of the royal family. For many, this visit appears more like a business venture than an official royal engagement, and it's causing friction among those who feel it doesn't align with the family's role of public service. The situation has been made even more complicated by Meghan's recent charity appearance in Los Angeles. Some people have pointed out that her involvement in causes there seems to overlap with work already championed by Kate Middleton, adding a personal layer to the institutional tension. The comparison between the two women, their causes, and their public visibility is creating a divide not only among the public, but also within the family. Meghan's appearance has raised eyebrows, further emphasizing the differences between the roles and responsibilities each of them is now carrying out. The controversy doesn't stop there. A growing number of critics are expressing concerns about Harry and Meghan's continued use of royal titles in commercial contexts. Since stepping down from their royal duties in 2020, the couple has been building their own brand through business ventures, media deals, and speaking engagements. However, their royal titles are still very much a part of the conversation, and some feel that the couple is using these titles to boost their commercial appeal. This use of royal recognition for personal profit has been a source of discomfort for many, especially given the expectations placed on them when they were active members of the royal family. To complicate things further, the couple's trip features exclusive, ticketed events that seem to mix royalty with celebrity culture. These events are limited to those who can afford to pay for access, raising concerns about whether Harry and Meghan are focusing more on building their personal brand than serving the public. This shift has caused many to question their motives. These new worries highlight the widening gap between the couple's personal goals and the expectations the royal family once had for them. It's a clear reminder that their path forward doesn't always align with traditional royal duties. This wave of criticism highlights the difficulty Harry and Meghan are facing in balancing their personal goals with the legacy of their royal titles. As they continue to forge their own path, the tension between their new life and their royal history is only becoming more pronounced, fueling debates about their place in the monarchy and beyond. The royal family is concerned that the planned visit may tarnish their values due to the circumstances surrounding it. But what is the ripple effect of the petition against Harry and Meghan's trip? Could this petition influence how people relate to members of the royal family? Let's find out. A turning point for royalty and public perception. The controversy surrounding Harry and Meghan's planned visit to Australia is about much more than just one trip. It's a reflection of a shifting attitude toward royalty in today's modern world. In the past, royal visits were generally welcomed with excitement and fanfare, seen as prestigious events that everyone was eager to be part of. However, that perception is changing. Australians, long tied to the British monarchy through history and tradition, are no longer accepting these royal visits as a given. Instead, they are increasingly willing to question the monarchy's role and influence in their country. This growing willingness to challenge the monarchy is creating a ripple effect that could extend beyond Australia. As Australians begin to voice their concerns about the use of public funds for royal visits, they are also challenging the idea that former royals should continue to enjoy the same privileges and attention as they did while fulfilling royal duties. It raises a crucial question. If one country, with such deep historical ties to the monarchy, is ready to question the very role of the royal family, what does this mean for the future of public figures, particularly those like Harry and Meghan, who are trying to separate themselves from their royal past? This situation is much bigger than just a disagreement over a visit. It's part of a larger global conversation about the evolving role of public figures who were once part of a royal family, yet now live outside of it. With their fame and influence, Harry and Meghan straddle a line between royalty and celebrity, but this blurring of boundaries is causing tension. Critics argue that they are using their royal titles and past status to build their personal brands and make a profit, while supporters believe they are simply forging their own path and raising awareness for important causes. The growing debate over their visit to Australia is a sign that the public is increasingly aware of this divide and willing to question the traditional norms surrounding royalty. In many ways, it highlights a broader societal shift, where the notion of inherited privilege and duty is being re-examined. If public figures like Harry and Meghan are viewed more as celebrities than royals, it challenges the long-standing hierarchy of the monarchy and the public's expectations of what former royals should be able to do. This moment may very well signal the beginning of a larger shift in how former royals are viewed. not just in Australia, but globally. If one of the Commonwealth's most loyal nations is now questioning the monarchy's role, it could have far-reaching implications for how other countries, and even the British public, view the institution in the years to come. Harry and Meghan's journey, from royal life to independence, is raising questions that go beyond them. It's about redefining the boundaries of fame, status, and influence in an ever-changing world. As the lines between royalty and celebrity continue to blur, the public's perception of what it means to be royal is being reshaped, and that transformation is only just beginning. So, what do you think about the petition against Harry and Meghan's trip? Could it lead to more royal accountability? We would love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe.